Happy New Year! I swear to God, listen, somebody need to give Disney a goddamn call and freaking like have me in like one of these animated films or something dumb. DreamWorks, Universal, one of them three. All right, man. Welcome back to probably the last, well, not probably, excuse me. Welcome back to the last regular season stream for Twitch. This is your boy, Bruce Leroy. Now who Bruce Leroy? What's her motherfucking name? Bruce Leroy. Nah, I'm joking. Yeah, this is your boy, Bruce Leroy, alright? Welcome back to another Twitch stream, you know what I'm saying? Follow me here on this Twitch at I'm Bruce Leroy BIH. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, at I am Bruce Leroy. TikTok, it's Bruce Leroy BIH. Can I get a round of applause for not stuttering? Yeah! Okay. Let's get into it, man. So, the wild card matchups are here. We will have a conversation about that towards the end of the stream. Talk about the Eagles and the Commanders game. And, you know, Sirianni's, there's been a lot of controversy around Sirianni's decision to rest the starters. Okay? So, there's been some controversy around that. And then maybe, and we got to talk about the Ravens and the Steelers game. So, here's the thing, okay? So, Detroit and the Bears game, I obviously didn't watch because my Eagles are on. That's way more important. I will be watching the Detroit and Bears game tonight. By the way, I owe you guys an apology. I know I said after, I think, the post-New Year's stream, I think it was after my Wednesday was my last stream. I told you I would see y'all on Friday. Ain't happened. You know what I'm saying? So I apologize for that. It just shit got kind of crazy, and I'm not gonna lie, I was low-key pissed off because I wanted to film a skit, and I filmed a Jalen Hurts skit. And the hoodie that I brought, because the one that I posted online, the second half was good. The first half, because I had a feeling. So I'm going to quickly explain some shit to y'all real quick. So I had a feeling. I said to myself, that hoodie you about to bring in, the black hoodie, because I didn't have no Jordan hoodie, no whatever. I ain't got bread like that. But I could get if I want to. I ain't got no shit to splurge right now. So boom. So now, when it comes to what the fuck y'all, the Jalen Hurts thing, the skit that I posted, I needed a black hoodie. So instinct told me, nah, get the one without the lint on there. But I gotta remember, I got an iPhone 15 now. So the bitch shooting 4K. It has 4K capabilities. What does that mean? It means all the motherfucking lint balls on my goddamn hoodie is going to be shown. And I said to myself, because if y'all thought the second foot, by the way, that's the Jalen Hurts skit with the little Hard Knocks parody. That's posted on my account on YouTube at I am Bruce Leroy, TikTok, Instagram. By the way, Wednesday stream, it's on you. Like, you know, when I was reacting to Seth joining and shit, that shit was so good I couldn't let it just go away for y'all. I posted it on YouTube at I am Bruce Leroy. All right, that's my YouTube channel. That's why I posted like all the Eagles Twitch streams and shit like that. I don't post every stream, but like the ones that this fucking shit bouncing up and down is bothering me. The little icon on the computer. But anyway, moving forward. So what ended up happening is I recorded a good. I did such a great job. I was mad as fuck because the second time around, I'm not gonna lie, the one that I posted, it was like, I like the first one better. It was barely passed. I am not. Let me tell you something right now. This is the honest to God's truth. The fucking first version will never see the light of day, bro. I'm gonna tell you some embarrassing shit that I probably should keep to myself. Matter of fact, no, the fuck I'm not. Psych ass niggas. But nah, on some real shit, that first take I had would never see. I low key wanted to just post it anyway because I'm like, yo, fuck it. This is a really good take. Who cares? But here's the thing. I'm not the type of nigga that give a fuck too much about what people think about me or say about me. But I can't blame anybody if I'm presenting myself in a way where you know, it's certain shit that you don't present yourself in a way like you fucking dirty. Does that make sense? Like, am I broke? Hell fucking yeah. Am I struggling? Hell fucking yeah. Did I achieve what I'm looking to achieve yet? No the fuck I did not. But in the same breath, I don't want to be like, oh, this dirty ass, like, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, like you don't want to be like, let me tell you something right now. I'd rather have a motherfucker say that and not be true than to have a motherfucker say that and it's actually true, and they got proof. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't fucking do it as much as I wanted to keep it, because I was even dead ass going to fucking lip sync over the speaker, over like the lines or whatever the case may be. But I was like, man, fuck it, just re-record it. So I owe you guys an apology. I was mad as one thing about me, and this probably some a fault of mine, whatever the case may be. But let's just say, for instance, I got something to do on the agenda, right? So let's just say in my head something came up, so I went to go check for something, and I know it's wrong. I will dead ass abandon whatever was on a to-do list that I have to do right then and there to go fix whatever the fuck was wrong. And I literally won't move on until it's fixed. So if it goddamn take me the whole day to the point where the main thing for the agenda for this day didn't get finished, I will do that. I'm that type of nigga, like dead ass. Like, I'm type of motherfucker was like, if something is fucked up and I know it, it could be like maybe the song ain't mixed right. Maybe it's like some shit happened. Like my brain, no matter what, even if it could wait, my brain's like, no, fix this shit right now. That's how my brain works. That's probably like, could be a good and a bad thing, because if you got something that needs to be done now on that to-do list, and you spend this doing this shit that maybe you just came across because you were wrong, but maybe you came across it, right, and it went wrong. So instead of you just saying like, yo, take care of it when you get a chance, finish what the fuck you got on the agenda right now, I'll go end up wasting my whole goddamn day with that. You know what I'm saying? By the way, I want to thank you guys for my Jerry. So, what's this nigga name? I got my phone. Hold on a second. I'm trying to remember who this guy is, dog. Who the hell? Take this back. Okay, I did not. Somebody say, what the fuck is that?
Jerry Rice could never.
Okay, so this dude named Eddie Lynx. Y'all probably know who he is if y'all in the football world and shit, or just like on sports TikTok and shit. So he got a freaking he basically, he didn't basically. He said Jerry Rice couldn't play in today's NFL, and his reasoning for it because he ran a 4.7. And basically, he was saying how DBs back then didn't practice speed or agility drills. Like, nigga, you ever heard of Dale Green? You ever heard of Deion Sanders? Maybe some more corners and shit that I probably never even heard of. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Please stop acting like that agility. Well, I think it's another dude back in the day that was fast as hell. Lester Hayes. Mike Mitchell from the Commanders. He played for the Redskins always, like, back then. Bro, like, what the fuck are we talking about? And what's that dude? Tumnell, who played for the Redskins and the Giants, like when the motherfucker had the goddamn leather helmets to that bitch. The fuck are you talking about? What are we saying? Gale Sayers, nigga? Gale Sayers? Like, bro, like, it's argument don't even make any fucking sense. And on top of that, as a wide receiver, it doesn't necessarily, like, okay. Here's why the dude, and I'm trying to make this as quick as possible because we got to get to the recaps of what happened this week. And by the way, for college football, I have to catch up on a lot of shit. So maybe sometime this week I'll let you guys know about what I can't fucking talk. Shit! I'll let you guys know about some thoughts I had about the games because Georgia played Ole Miss. Ole Miss got the upset, which I was surprised about. I thought Kirby Smart was going to, and that defense was going to hold up. Evidently he did. Indiana beat Alabama, which that's my alma mater. But in football? In football. But yeah, so the dude Eddie Links, his argument is so fucking flawed because one, you could be a bad test taker. I remember somebody said, and it might have been on the NFL documentary. Somebody said Derek Thomas, Hall of Famer, right? God rest his soul. He died, I think, in a car accident or something like that. So, God rest his soul. Derek Thomas was notoriously bad in practice. But his field production, he's a Hall of Famer. Very short career, unfortunately. It got cut short because his life got cut short, unfortunately. But he was a bad practice player. But he was on that motherfucking field. He got Hall of Fame credentials. So you could be a bad test taker. Like, for instance, if you score, let's see what's a garbage ass score. Let's just say you score like an 800 in math. That's not very good, right? Let's just say you score like a fucking 550 in math, right? 850 is kind of okay. Let's say you scored a 550 in math. Does that mean that you can't do math? No. Does that mean that you're a stupid person? No. It's just that maybe you're a bad test taker. Or maybe whatever the subject was, you understand what I'm saying? Like, game speed and testing speed is two different things. So if Jay Rice ran a 4.647, he probably was much faster when he caught the ball in live action. Some people are just bad test takers, and that's just the thing in life. Like, just because you don't score well on a test, like, let's just say, for instance, okay, I didn't have a fast 40. That don't mean that I'm, well, depending on what the time is, right? It depends on what the time is to see if I'm slow or not, right? But test taking, and most of the time, and I will say most of the time, what you do on your test is relevant or does equate to to your output in outside of like your actual output, right? And I want to say IRL, but that shit kind of doesn't make sense. Okay, let's just stick to football, okay? So you could do bad on a 40, you could do bad on a bench press, but you could run a motherfucker over. You could truck motherfuckers in the NFL. You can outrun motherfuckers in the NFL. You can get mad yak. So what you did on the test does not necessarily always equate to your on-field performance. So that argument was fucking stupid. By the way, I have a quick comment about people who rage bait online. Now here's the thing. I do rage bait, but I don't make that the sole thing that I do, okay? This is why, excuse me, my fault. Excuse me twice. Jeez, I'm nasty as fuck. What the hell? Shit, get some goddamn water, boy. What the hell wrong with you? Nasty motherfucker. But anyway, yeah. So, for all you guys that go on TikTok, there's two types of motherfuckers I hate on TikTok. I hate the motherfuckers that barely, when they do they do reactions, and they barely fucking react to it. They be like, and I even made a fucking video about it. They be like, yeah, did you see that there? Did you see that? You see what happened? Man, that's crazy. I don't know what would happen if I was there. I'm so glad I wasn't there. Wow. You guys need to check this out. You need to shut the fuck up and get your ass off the internet. The fuck? Like, bro, nobody wants a boring, like, you motherfuckers gotta understand. And this is why TikTok and everything fucked up the game. And now everybody wants to be a TikTok. Everybody wants to be a streamer. Let me just say right now. You gotta be special. Okay? Now, granted, you can be an influencer and be regular, and that's cool and all. But keep this in mind, bro. When you are in the entertainment business, it's about being a fucking entertainer. So it's not just that, like, so many of y'all don't want to work, or maybe saw Kai Cenat do some shit, or maybe saw you, maybe your Charlie D'Amelio or one of your favorite TikTok creators make it, be like, damn, this seems very lucrative for them. So because it was lucrative for them, Let me go try my hand at it. Or because Kai Cenat streams, do you understand how fucking difficult it is to do what Kai Cenat and what Speed does? The amount of creativity, the amount of thought processes that goes into the strategy, the ideas, the amount of money that's being spent to bring these ideas to life, like Streamer University, when he does things, I think it was Elden Ring at one point in time. It's like all these elaborate shit that he does, it costs money, it costs time, and it costs brain power. Okay? Most of you guys don't have either of the three. Dead ass. Some of you motherfuckers is just regular people. And sometimes, depending upon certain parameters, maybe you can get away with that. But everybody and their mama wants to be on fucking TikTok. You understand, when you're a content creator, you're an entertainer. Okay? Please keep this in mind. So a lot of you, I hate the regular motherfuckers. Because the regular motherfuckers are only there for the bag. And it's just like, alright, bro, like, any motherfucker sit up there and say, you guys need to see this. Watch this. Motherfucker, I can go to the original video. I don't need a motherfucker to say you gotta watch this. Bitch, that's why I'm on the fucking videos to watch. What do you talk about? Like, shut the fuck up. You say dumb shit. And then, here's the thing. A lot of you guys that are regular, you guys are afraid to be made fun of. Bro, I've been made fun of. I've been called trash. I've been cursed out. I've been called out of my name. For simple shit. Even for just my opinion. Even if, let's just say, for instance, I got a hot take. But there's logic. There's logical reasoning and backing outside of that little dumbass Eddie Links take that he had. Right? And by the way, if you ever come across my video, because it's a good chance it's going viral. So first off, everybody who's showing love to my video, thank you. Because that motherfucker is growing every day. That might low-key be my first viral video. I'm not going to hold you. So, everybody that's showing love to that Jerry Rice video that I did, reacted to Eddie Links, understand this. When I told you to shut the fuck up, it's not personal. That's just me being funny and just having fun with the shit. I don't have no... Like, listen, what you said was fucking stupid. But I don't have any personal beef with you. My brain is just wired differently. At the end of the day, but just understand, when I told you to shut the fuck up, it's not personal. It's just me just trying to be funny and trying to be edgy and just maybe doing a little bit too much. But it's not a personal thing. Trust me. Believe me when I tell you. Okay? Now, what you said was fucking stupid, but it's not a personal thing towards it. It's just me just having fun with the shit. Maybe a little bit too much fun in certain respects. But look. So the regular motherfuckers are scared to get made fun of. Motherfucker, you're going to get you're going to get made fun of just off the simple fact that you exist. Okay? Off the simple fucking fact that you exist. Alright? So you better off just provide, but like a lot of you guys don't provide no fucking value to the table. Okay? A lot of you motherfuckers is regular. And another thing that people are giving bad advice about, and this is kind of going to segue into the main thing of what I actually want to talk about. The rage baiters. I'm not talking about throwing in a hot take every once in a while. I'm not talking about occasionally sprinkling a little bit of, little bit of sauce for the boats. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about sprinkling in like a little bit of like rage bait, a little bit of like, oh, I know this take gonna get people upset to grab attention. I'm talking about if your whole motherfucking social media existence is based upon rage baiting, okay? This goes out for Eddie Links and everybody else who do this shit regardless of whatever niche that you're catering to, okay? I want you guys to listen to me very carefully. That 15 minutes of fame, not even. That attention. I don't want to say fame because here's the thing, right? Let's just put it to you like this. Let's just say you get some sort of notoriety and attention that people start spreading your name around and making videos about you, okay? So let's just say for argument's sake, even though it's not really it, because fame is acquired off of something like that's noteworthy and saying dumb like, okay, just imagine this. Let's just say you built your whole career off of rage baiting. Now somebody asks you what you do for a living. Oh, I'm a TikToker. I'm on social media. I'm an influencer. Oh, what do you do for a living? Okay, no. Matter of fact, scratch that. What type of content do you make? I say dumb shit. You don't think about it like that. But just think about it like this. Okay, somebody asks you what you do. I'm a content creator. What type of content do you make? I make videos saying stupid ass shit. You don't think about it in that manner because you don't want to think negatively about yourself. If for those that do that on a regular basis and made that their whole spiel. Okay? Now I know what you're gonna say. Well, Skip Bayless, but here's the thing. The first thing you ask Skip Bayless what he does for a living. He says, I'm a sports analyst. I worked for ESPN. I worked for FS1, right? Now it's not to say that Skip Bayless and some other people on these networks, especially in the mainstream, haven't said no dumb shit before. But the first thing that you're going to, when you ask them what they do, they're going to say, I'm a sports analyst. I'm a reporter. I'm a credentialed licensed reporter. I work for ESPN. And now the narrative changes. So let's just say you on the platform doing rage baiting and saying stupid ass shit. Well, you don't have to add that in. Do you see how the narrative changes? Versus you are an independent entity. You're not signed to anybody. You're making your videos from your fucking bedroom, right? Or maybe you rented out a space. Whatever the case may be. Your whole existence can't be I say dumb shit for a living. Seriously, it can't be just that. It can't be, oh, what do you do for a living? I say stupid ass shit. Because yeah, you're going to get attention, but you're not going to get you're not going to get the right kind of attention. And let's add to this. In order for you to survive as an influencer, as a content creator, as an entertainer, whatever the case may be, you have to have monetizable things. I want you to think about it like this. Who the fuck is going to pay you to say stupid shit? What venue are they going to put you in where you're giving advice to somebody about how you come up, or like do whatever your spiel is? Who's going to pay you to say stupid shit? Okay, because you're thinking about the now. The now is, oh shit, I'm getting attention. Attention is currency. Not always, right? Because sometimes attention can be like motherfuckers making videos, but at the end of the day, what the key to survival is is fucking fans, right? Because nobody, let's keep it real. Who wants to, let's take it even a step further. Would you be friends with a stupid person? Would you work with a stupid person? Would you give money to a stupid person? Would you trust a stupid person? Okay. So you wouldn't, I would hope you wouldn't want to work with a stupid person. You wouldn't give money to a stupid person. You probably, if you knew beforehand, you probably don't want to talk to a stupid person. You probably don't want to get to know a stupid person. You probably don't want to watch a stupid person. Okay? What am I missing here? You don't want to be friends with a stupid person. You don't want to work with a stupid person. Okay? So if all of those things is true, why make your fucking online? I know what people are giving content advice, but like, yeah, well, you have no content to post, just rage bait. That's probably the dumbest fucking advice they could ever give. They're literally setting you up from failure, because you have to understand this. You grow based on your foundation. So if your foundation is built off of you being a fucking idiot, that's not helping you. Short term is giving you attention, but you gotta turn that attention into currency. So motherfuckers who said that attention is currency was the biggest fucking lie, because it depends on what attention you're getting. Let's take me for example. I'm going to have hot takes because I'm a controversial motherfucker. It is what it is. I'm going to say some wild shit. Some motherfuckers will probably think what I'm saying is stupid. But my whole presence on the internet is being an entertainer. What does that entail? I make hip hop and R&B, okay? Occasionally pop, but really hip hop and R&B. I react to football, okay? I talk about football. I make analysis about football. I give my opinions about football, right? And I'm a comedian. I'm an actor. So I can turn those things into currency. I could turn that attention into currency outside of my only foundation is saying stupid shit. I'll give you a case in point. Let's have a conversation about Charleston White real quick. Okay, then after that we gotta get into start talking about all this other shit. So talk about Charleston White. Charleston White, he said some crazy shit online. But what is his foundation? He's an activist. Now, whether or not you like him, don't like him, that's not the purpose of this conversation. He's an activist, okay? That he works with kids, he works with the community, he be in city hall councils, and he's extremely intelligent, and he gives wisdom for, like, sometimes he'll say some shit like, I'm not tuning in or agreeing with that point of view. That point of view is bullshit. But he says a lot of real shit. He says the ugly truth. Things that, damn, you know what, you think about it is true. But we kind of deny it because we're so concerned about how we feel about the information being presented to us, instead of saying, okay, is there validity to it? And 9 times out of 10, there's validity to what Charleston White's saying. So the wisdom that he provides through his age and experience, and him delving into different avenues, right? And he's actually a funny guy. Charleston White's actually funny, right? So despite the fact he's going to say some shit that's like, I'm out, I'm tuned out, or I don't like this nigga, whatever, and he's going to get the hate. His currency is he's an activist. He's involved in the communities. He has wisdom. Okay? And he's actually a funny, entertaining guy. Whether or not you like him or not, again, that's not the point of this conversation. That's not the point of this dialogue. But that's where Charleston White's currency is. Skip Bayless is a reporter that worked for FS1, that worked for ESPN. He's been on national television. He's been on people's television for a long ass time regarding sports. That is his currency. Whether or not you like Skip Bayless or whatever the case may be, that's not relevant. Does that make sense? All right, let's start talking about, what the fuck this nigga saying about doing? All right, Eagles and Commanders, right? Oh, real quickly, because we are going to forget. Coaches got fired. Coaches got fired. So, talk about Kevin Stefanski. Now, there's a part of me that wants to really say how I feel about this, but I'm going to be honest with you. I'll put it to you like this. Am I going to say, aha, that's what you get? No. Am I going to cry about it? Fuck no. Moving on. That's all I want to say about that. I don't want to take it no step further than that. I'm not going to cry about it. Pete Carroll getting fired from the Raiders. I mean, I don't know why they hired him in the first place. I think I don't know why he just even decided to come back to coaching. You know, I'm starting to think these niggas don't like their fucking families, dog. When you so fucking old, you can't move your fucking eyebrows and shit. Like, I feel like somebody super glued your goddamn eyebrows to your forehead. You need to go sit your motherfucking ass down, bro. Go sit down, watch some motherfucking westerns, go drink some goddamn tea, go goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Go sit up there and like, go play with your motherfucking grandkids and shit like Marlon Brando and Godfather. Y'all niggas gotta sit y'all motherfucking ass down. Like, for real shit. But honestly, Pete Carroll should never come back to coaching. There's no reason for him. Then also, him hiring fucking Chip Kelly as his OC was just a nail in the coffin. I don't know why the fuck he did that shit. Jonathan Gannon, I completely understand. At the end of the day, let's just say, okay, let him get his quarterback. He's a defensive guy. Now, his defense is actually, maybe popular opinion, his defenses actually were solid. It's just the quarterback play in the offense were a little bit stagnant, and they don't have a real run. James Conner is good. He can play. I don't think he was as good as David Johnson back in 2015, right? I don't think he's a guy. I think he's a complementary piece. I don't think James Conner is a number one running back type of guy. He's very good, but he's not a number one to me. He's like he could be a part of a 1-2 punch, but he's not a number one running back. But honestly, Jonathan Gannon is a defensive guy. So I don't see how it makes sense. Let's just say you're completely moving on from Kyler Murray. I don't see how you keeping him to hire his quarterback. It's just, no. Raheem Morris, this one I vehemently disagree with. I don't get how you expect this, man. First off, the Atlanta's defense was getting better and better. James Pierce Jr., who was a fantastic rookie, had 10.5 sacks. He was without Michael Penix, his starting quarterback, for literally 50% of the year. Kirk Cousins was playing terrible. Like, here's the thing, right? I evaluate everybody based on what their level of expertise is. Raheem Morris is a defensive guy, okay? The Atlanta defense was, I don't think it was exactly where it needed to be just yet, but it was solid. I don't like this. I really don't. Like, I'm going to be honest, you're going to have to get a guy, that's going to go to the Super Bowl, okay? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Aaron Glenn should have been on this list. Why do I say that? Anytime you're a defensive guy and your defenses are dog shit, not only are they dog shit, you became the first coach to not have recorded a single interception as a defensive guy. There's no way, again, I don't think it's fair to be able to fire guys in their first year. He's one of those guys that's like, I always look at what your expertise is. Aaron Glenn's expertise is defense. Your team did not record a single fucking interception. Your defense wasn't even fucking middle of the pack in anything. Not one single position group got better under Aaron Glenn. There's no fucking way I would have to fire him in his first year. I'm sorry. I couldn't do it. No. So just breaking it down, Jonathan Gannon, I get it. Especially some of the shit he was saying at the press conference, like it was horrible. Raiders should never hire Pete Carroll. Stefanski, it is what it is. He had more than enough time to get his shit together. It is Not celebrating the guy get fired, but I'm not exactly going to fucking cry myself to sleep tonight. All right, moving forward, let us talk about this Eagles and Commanders game. Okay, after that we're going to move on to the Ravens and the Steelers. But let's start talking about it. Let me fucking act like I had a high school diploma and I'm fucking literate and I'm fluent in the only goddamn language that I actually know. All right, moving forward. All right. A lot of people are mad at Sirianni for resting the starters. Okay, I am not. Why am I not, might you ask? Because this is what Sirianni's known for. Even Seth Joyner was vehemently mad. And I'm like, okay, Seth, I get what you're saying. All right? But here's the thing. I can understand both sides of the coin. I genuinely can. Number one, Sirianni, this is what he's known for. He's known for going out of his way for injury prevention. Okay? He's very big on that. And let's keep it real. Like it, don't like it, it worked. It worked. The guys that need to stay healthy are not banged up. It worked. And let's keep it real. I understand what Seth is saying. Seth is like, yo, everybody going to need to practice and the reps. But in the same breath, it's like, this offensive line is banged up. They could use a couple a week or two of rest. Jalen got banged up a couple weeks ago. I think it was against... I don't remember. It might have been against the Bills or whatever, but he got banged up. It might have been the first Commanders game. He could use the rest. AJ, right? By the way, I owe Sirianni for you looking out for your guy, Devontae Smith, who knew my favorite wide receiver. Yeah, you don't know, now you know. Hold on. The Kamala one. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. If you don't know, now you know, nigga. All right. I love doing that shit. I don't know how the fuck. It's weird. I don't know how the fuck I found out I could do a Kamala Harris and I could imitate Tyler. I don't know why the fuck as a man that I knew I could do that, but whatever. I don't give a fuck. Impersonations are impersonations. It is what it is. Shit. Y'all don't think nothing of Martin, nigga. But anyway, moving forward with that. But yeah, I'm not actually mad. Because you think about it like this, right? What's the difference between a 3 and a 2 seed? Seriously, okay, you get to play more home games. Who gives a fuck? Philadelphia is used to playing in the cold, so it don't even fucking matter where we go. Right? And then guess what? It'd be beneficial for us to have good weather. Because I think we're in, Santa Clara, whatever the case may be? We got the 49ers. Who gives a fuck? 2-3 seed, it generally doesn't matter. Okay? It really doesn't. The only thing that matters to me is really, like, it's not like we was about to, okay, if we lose, we jump from the 3rd seed to the 6th seed type shit. It dead ass does not matter. I promise you, it does not matter. Going from 2 to 3 seed doesn't matter. So realistically speaking, these guys needed the rest. Everybody needed the rest. Jalen Carter's banged up. Okay? Everybody needed the rest. And everybody has to remember, regardless of whatever you want, everybody has to keep in mind, don't forget how Sirianni runs his football team. Everybody knows Sirianni runs his football team by, he's adamant about preserving guys, making sure guys are healthy. This is his MO. You can't get mad. At this point in time, he been a coach since what? The 2020-2021 season. You can't get mad. I'm sorry. You can disagree, right? I can't stop nobody from disagreeing. But you can't get upset. You generally can't. But shout out to Sirianni. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was really cool. I thought it was, really, like, it shows how good of a person that he is. That's why I shaved my head. You know what I'm saying? Because much he was bullshitting with the X's and O's, I got to be respectful of the fact that is the head coach of my favorite football team, so I can't sit up there and shit on the guy too much and be so, like, hard-pressed. Even though, like, I think if I would have kept it football, I wouldn't have shaved my head. But I was just being disrespectful. Fuck you, Siri. I'm like, you know what, man? Like, you doing too much. You can't apologize, because any motherfucker can apologize when you Super Bowl, when you won a Super Bowl. That's fucking easy, right? But I had to shave my head. That shit. Will I do that again? Hell the fuck no, because I like my hair. Though I didn't actually look too bad with the little damn near baldy, whatever case may be. But yeah. But I'm not upset that Sirianni has decided to rest the starters. And again, a huge shout out, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know too many motherfuckers that would have allowed Devontae Smith to get that 1,000. Some people were like, well, I'm resting all the starters. I'm resting all of them. I don't care what. But I thought that was really awesome to allow Devontae to get the 1,000 yards. I thought it was cool. And he did end up getting it. So congrats to the Slam Reaper. Congrats, man. Ready, aim, fire. All right, anyway, outside of my little random-ass outburst, let's start talking about this game, okay? So Lane Johnson's coming back in the playoff game, as expected. I'm so glad they didn't rush him out, gave him the rest, because he had that foot injury. Don't throw him out there. But yeah, I'm not upset. I even said, I think on the last Eagles recap, I said Sirianni should rest his starters, so I'm not upset. Okay, Tanner McKee, the elephant in the room. Boo! All right, Tanner McKee, 21 for 40, 241 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Now I'm gonna tell you some crazy ass shit. I actually thought Tanner McKee was a little bit fat, because if you remember, I think it was the last preseason game of last year, not this year, of last year, where he actually scrambled. I'm like, oh shit, he's actually much faster than I actually thought he was. Turns out, he's fucking slow as shit. So I'm going to be honest with you. Number one, we're not getting back a second round pick for him. It's not happening. And what will happen is one of two things. One, I think McKee's style, he'll have to go to a place with a great offensive line. Okay? I would say Minnesota would be a good fit, because you're going to need somebody to get, like, if you don't go back to Kirk Cousins, because, oh, by the way, this is going to be sounding a little controversial, but I think Minnesota should go back to Kirk Cousins. Why do I say that? Number one, let's keep it all the way a buck. Minnesota ain't going back to no fucking Super Bowl no time soon. I don't even see them going to a conference championship. They got too many holes. Their offensive line needs revamping. Shout out to Harrison Smith. He ended up retiring, so salute to him. Been very quietly, been a very good player throughout all his career. Their secondary is Isaiah Rodgers has been promising for the most part. Outside of their secondary fucking sucks. Their secondary in general is ass. Defensive line, they ain't got no motherfucking, like Daniil Hunter went to Houston. They ain't got no fucking edge rushers. Dallas Turner is looking like a rotational guy right now. Okay? So they got too many fucking holes on their football team for for me to sit up there and say Minnesota can actually get to a Super Bowl. And I don't know why the fuck you gave up Cam. Your secondary was struggling the whole time. Why the fuck would you give up Cam Bynum? Number one, Cam Bynum is marketable. Why? Because he's actually a good dancer. He come up with probably the coolest celebrations I've ever seen out this whole motherfucking generation. And he can play. Why not re-sign him? Because 2 years prior to y'all getting Cam Bynum, y'all secondary was struggling. Everybody was bitching about Vikings will have no corners. They have no corners. Then you give up the fucking one corner that you knew. Just imagine fucking Cam Bynum pairing up with Isaiah Rodgers. Just imagine that. Bro, Minnesota would have been, again, the quarterback play needs to be like, I think Kirk Cousins should be back in Minnesota. He knows the system already. He understands Kevin O'Connell. And he might end up, he's going to take you to the playoffs, right? I don't think you getting anybody else makes a whole lot of sense. But if they want to get Tanner McKee, because they already have some pieces already instilled with Addison and Justin Jefferson, he can go rock out with them. I'd say pull the trigger on that. But we're not getting back a second-round pick for Tanner McKee, and I'm going to explain to you why. Now, a lot of you guys are going to kill his performance. You're going to say, Tanner McKee played like shit. No. Did he play ground on why that echo? But yeah, on some real shit. Do I think he played great? Absolutely the fuck not. I think his performance is a little overblown, though, and here's why I said what I said. Number one, he isn't mobile. So he's handicapped by his own physical ability, right? He's kind of behind the times. The way to survive as an NFL quarterback, you have to have at least some mobility. Like, if you don't have at least, and I'm talking about the bare minimum, Baker Mayfield type running ability, at the minimum, maybe like, who else is a good example? Somebody that can run just a little bit. Jared Goff, I'm trying to think. Maybe Patrick Mahomes, who is my favorite player of all time. If you don't know, hold on. If you don't know, now you know, nigga. But now, on some real shit, if you can't run at least on Mahomes' level, you can't survive in this league. It's really that simple. You have to have some mobility. So Tanner McKee would actually have to go in a situation where the offensive line is very good, at the very least. Because if he goes for a bad offensive line, or they look to him as a starting quarterback, and he's going to have him start with a bad fucking football team. Like, to me, I'll keep it all the way stacked with you. See, if Jonathan Gannon was still there, I thought it would have been smart to go grab Tanner McKee. But I don't know how this new regime going to be. I don't know who like what. But honestly, I would have Tanner McKee on Arizona. You got Paris Campbell, whatever that guy name is, Paris Johnson. So your offensive line is not perfect. You can always rebuild it. Arizona's going to be in a great position to keep building that offensive line. You got Marvin Harrison. You need a running back. You can't just rely on James Conner alone. You need a running back. The defense actually isn't that bad. It's actually pretty damn good. Josh Sweat had a great year. Motherfucking Kaiser White was solid. Who else? What did that do? Calais Campbell was pretty damn good. They had some. Buda Baker is a really good player. And maybe some other people. And then that dude, Will Howard from Michigan, he looked like he's going to pan out. They got a good defense. Build an offensive line. You never know. I could see Tanner McKee playing in Arizona. Why not? You understand what I'm saying? But I don't know how this new regime feel, because I thought if I'm gonna say Rich Gannon, if Jonathan Gannon was still there, I'd be like, yo, I'll grab McKee. We're not getting back a second round pick for him because he just has to prove he's good. Now, to me, his mistakes, and he made some mistakes for sure. He missed some open guys. He had some overthrows, which I think, some of him getting hit has something to do with it, especially in that first half. He made some mistakes. He made some poor decisions. I do think that he gets rid of the ball much faster than what Jalen Hurts. Like, he's a little bit better at processing the field, just a little better. Now, I don't want to hear y'all say he's better than Jalen Hurts, okay? Because to be honest with you, it wasn't much of a when it comes to passing. Outside of, I feel like that Tanner McKee's decision making, I want Hurts to be that quick with it. The same with Tanner McKee's like boom, 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 hit him, boom, 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 hit him. That's what Hurts needed to develop, which I think he's done much better. I think he's took leaps and bounds as far as that development is concerned. Okay, so I think he's leaps and bounds in that department for sure. Like, he's definitely improved. And he's even improved against his reaction to the blitz. He's been outstanding. For the most part, Jalen Hurts has been outstanding against the blitz this year. So Hurts has taken a step forward. But to say that, oh yeah, McKee is way better than Jalen, no, he's not. Okay, I saw a lot of what McKee does. The only thing I would say McKee is better than Hurts in is, like, again, how he processes the field better. Okay, slightly better, not crazy. It's not a big discrepancy. Slightly better. Okay, he did miss some open guys. I felt like, especially in the fourth quarter, he spent too much time trying to look down the field instead of going and hit his check down. But when you're trying to make a play, you're trying to move the ball down the field. Shit happens. But I think McKee processes the field a little bit better than Hurts. But I think overall, as a quarterback, especially with the mobility, I'm taking Hurts over McKee. I have to, because I could always get Hurts to play on time, rhythm and timing. And also, the play call was fucking terrible. Tank Bigsby was up here fucking beasting. This nigga looked like fucking Saquon Jr. Nigga was stiff-arming motherfuckers, ducking on the motherfuckers. Then this nigga looked like the fucking choke. He looked like Neo out from the goddamn Matrix out there. He was hooping. Tank Bigsby's a threat running the ball and passing the ball. And for the life of me, this is some crazy-ass shit. You see how Pittsburgh used Gainwell. Gainwell is actually damn near their best fucking offensive weapon. Dead ass. I'm not joking. He's more valuable than fucking DK Metcalf, Calvin Austin, Firemove, all the rest of them niggas. He actually the only motherfucker on Pittsburgh right now, you know, that actually is a reliable target for Aaron Rodgers. As crazy that fucking sounds, it's actually true. You watch the games, you understand, especially this recent one. But yeah, Tank Bigsby is a fucking beast. But you're trying to come back. Explain to me, riddle me this. How the fuck do you leave Tank Bigsby out the game when you're trying to come back in the game? Knowing Tank Bigsby, you put in Will Shipley, who, again, I feel like some of y'all overhate on the guy because he just came back from injury, whatever case may be. But honestly, Tanner McKee, I felt like that some of his faults were due to him not playing enough. Okay, because you can go to practice, but if you're not out there on that field and you're not able to learn, like, listen, I think with the sample size that Tanner McKee has provided, I think he's very fucking good. I don't even think we even know this guy's ceiling. That's how scary it is. But I will say that his lack of game reps finally caught up to him, and I think that's why you saw some of the mistakes and you saw some of the struggles. Because I don't give a damn how good you are, how advanced. If you're not getting those game reps, it matters. Okay? You can do all you want in practice, but game reps is very, very, very important. Okay? But yeah, them not putting Tank Bigsby in the clutch and rather going with Will Shipley, who made some plays, it's just fucking stupid. Devontae Smith cracked 1,000 yards. Congratulations to him. He even caught, I think it was like a 25-yarder to open up the game. So that was dope. Jahan Dotson, I felt like he could have played a little bit better. Not gonna lie. Now, I wouldn't say this was Jahan Dotson's best game per se. I feel like he could have played a little bit better. Cooper Cost, made some plays. I thought, by the way, shout out to Washington, because honestly, if it was me, I would have been petty as fuck with the goddamn, with the rivalry shit. But salute to, what's the old boy name? The head coach, and then for declining the penalty, because y'all fuck up the game. Stop fucking up the game. This football. Motherfuckers, this football. All right? And by the way, okay, I think, I'm trying to remember who ended up getting injured. Was it Britton Covey or somebody else? I don't remember. It might have been Calcaterra. No, Calcaterra had a concussion, I think. Might have been Britton Covey. Might have been. But here's the thing, okay? And hold on. I don't know why the hell I keep doing that shit. Yeah. Okay. So it was Greg Calcaterra. Okay. I want to make this very clear. I don't like when any of my guys get hurt. If you're wearing the Eagles, I don't like when nobody get hurt. Period. Okay. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what uniform you wear. But especially if you're an Eagle, I want everybody to come in. Everybody came in healthy. Everybody leave out healthy. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. But at the end of the day, I think, and it's going to cause some controversy. I don't give a fuck. You know, I'm in the business of pissing motherfuckers off. You know it. You know it. But now, on some real shit. The hip drop tackle rule is the stupidest fucking rule in football. Who the fuck said that dumb shit? Who said that shit? Me, nigga. Bruce Lee. What's up, motherfucker? But now, on some real shit. The hip drop tackle is the stupidest rule in football. Why is that? Because you cannot handicap the defender in trying to make the objective of the goddamn game for the defense is to stop the offense. What options is there? And the safety was Jeremy Reeves in question. What options is there to literally bring him down? He's a safety. Calcaterra is a big fucking tight end who did catch a touchdown, by the way. And by the way, prayers out for his recovery as well. I don't know if he had a concussion or he ended up having an ankle injury. It might have been a concussion from what I remember. I don't want to see none of my guys get hurt, okay? Anybody that's wearing that Eagles uniform, I don't know why the fuck they wasted the Kelly Greens when the starters weren't playing. I don't know who the fuck made the decision. Whoever made that shit was fucking dumb. But you even could have saved the goddamn Kelly Greens for the fucking wild card if we allowed you to. I don't know, because the NFL is just so fucking picky with certain shit. The no fun league strikes again. But look, let's keep it real. What the fuck was Jeremy Reeves supposed to do on that? You can't. The defense is already handicapped. All this roughing the passer bullshit, this defenseless receiver. Like, here's the thing. If you don't want to get injured, don't fucking play football. It's really that simple. Like, I'm all for certain shit like horse collar, getting taken out of the game, maybe some late hits that are late hits on a quarterback. Okay, fine. All right. Head hunting, spearing. Okay. All right. Okay. I could face mask. Okay, cool. Once you start venturing to this hip drop tackle, which really, it's a regular fucking tackle. You cannot expect a defender. The defender's job is to bring the motherfucking ball carrier down. His job is not to worry about, where should I put him at so he doesn't get hurt. That's not his fucking responsibility. That's not his job. And it's unfair and it's unreasonable for you to have an expectation that a defender's job is supposed to be protect the offensive player. Now, what Danielle Hunter did with Josh Allen, I have all the credit in the world. What Myles Garrett, I think, did to Josh Allen, hey, salute to those guys. Listen, I know the helmet incident made Myles Garrett look bad, but I'm not going to lie to you. Outside looking in, I don't know the guy personally. I think Myles Garrett's actually a pretty good guy. From what I see personally, I think he's a good dude. I think, sometimes most of the best when we start doing some random crazy shit. I remember when I was a kid, I got to a fight, niggas was bothering me. I got tired as fuck, and I put out a fucking bottle of bleach and started spraying niggas' skin. I don't know what the fuck was wrong, man. I don't know why the fuck I did that. Knowing what I know now as a grown up, I would never do that shit off of motherfuckers. Like, in certain ways to get a motherfucker back where it makes sense, it's like shooting a motherfucker for goddamn taking a pencil out of your desk. It's just fucking stupid. It's just remedial behavior. But going back to, like, again, I didn't want to see Calcaterra get hurt or anybody for that matter, but like, you cannot fucking handicap defense to the point where they can't. You have to allow the defense to do their fucking job. Period. Point blank to end. It is what it is. But I don't like that shit. Britton Covey, very talented guy. I think he could be a part, but he's too fucking fragile. He's too goddamn fragile. So one of two things. Either you need to incorporate some motherfucking more meat paws in your goddamn diet, or you need to go get in the fucking weight room. Because Britton Covey's too fucking fragile for me. Too fragile. Way too fragile. I'm kind of surprised I saw AJ Dillon in the game. He did some shit where he ended up picking up the ball way too early, and I don't know why. I don't know why he did that. I was very confused. By the way, I don't appreciate it. Was 3 penalties. 2 was on the defense, 1 was on the offense. Okay, explain to me why the fuck if the Commanders have 2 penalties and we have 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. So that means 1 penalty got to stand. So the Bobby Wagner face mask shit should have stood. By the way, Tank Bigsby lifted up fucking Bobby Wagner was crazy. I'm telling you right now, I don't get this fucking coaching staff. Just doesn't make sense to me. Like you use Gainwell, who's a little bit lesser of a talent. That like what are we doing here? Jahad Campbell played okay. Wasn't great. He played okay. Jeremiah Trotter made a couple mistakes here and there, but I feel like Jeremiah Trotter was one of the very few bright spots on our football team. Seriously, like he made some very, very good plays, especially getting the ball carried down. Sidney Brown had a nice hit. Joshua Uche, they held the fuck out of him, and nobody made the call. I don't like that shit. Keely Ringo. There's a word that I want you to learn. Okay? I'm gonna spell. Hold on a second. It's a word that I want you to learn, big dog. Matter of fact, fuck it. We're gonna do it the old school way. Well, not really the old school way, the modern way, so on and so forth. All right, dog. You see this shit right here? Keely Ringo. That's for you right there. You see what that word is? Let me zoom in. Can I zoom in? Hold on, my fault. I'm sorry. My bad. Keely, that's for you. It's called accountability. Hold on. That A was blocked off. Accountability, that's for you, dog. He made some good plays. No, don't get it fucked up. He definitely made some good plays. But the PI shit, the motherfucking, like, the ball carrier at the goal line was going towards you. And you sit up there, you run away from the fucking ball carrier. Accountability, sir. And again, I'm not going to, like, you did not play great, okay? You did make some good plays, but you didn't play great. You made some good plays on special teams. You made, I think, 1 good play against the run on defense. As a corner, you kind of suck. And you got to be accountable for that. Michael Carter was a little bit too quiet for my taste. Byron Young, y'all need to put some motherfucking respect on Byron Young. Like, we're talking about the most underrated Eagles player on this team. Byron Young, when he's in that goddamn rotation, he makes plays. That dude, what's that dude? Vanilla Gorilla, Ty Robinson, he was too goddamn quiet for me. Cam Latu had a penalty, which, you know, it happens. J.L.X. Hunt, dog. Now that Jesse ass dancing, but you know what? You play the way the fuck you've been playing with the sacks, the interceptions. You do what the fuck you want to do, bro. If you want to do the goddamn little Uzi, you can do all. Listen, you can fucking backflip and do a goddamn split, bro. You can do the goddamn ballerina, nigga. Bro, I'm about to say some wild shit. You could twerk now. Pause. Nah. But now, on some real shit though, J.L.X. Hunt, I criticize you maybe a little bit too harshly. You could play. Hands down, you could play. Hands down. You know what I'm saying? But nah, on some real shit, you could play. Brandon Johnson, he made a really, really good play. Unfortunately, he had I think he was the one who had the ankle injury. He didn't come back in the game. So Brandon Johnson made a play from I don't know if he almost caught an interception, whatever the case may be, but yeah. J.L.X. Hunt played really good. Moro Jomo was solid. Brandon Graham missed some opportunities for a sack, which, you know, it is what it is. By the way, this might or might not be a hot take. Colin Granson is a better tight end than Calcaterra. I'd rather have Granson on the field, because they basically do the same shit. And I feel like Granson is more productive than Calcaterra. Again, I appreciate the touchdown catch, but to me, Granson is a better. We need another tight end. It is what it is. But Mac McWilliams had a hold, and Jacorian Bennett. Oh my fucking God! Did I or did I not tell you that But when I watched his tape on the Raiders, I said to myself, I said, yo, he could be really good, but he's too motherfucking hands-on. And when you're too hands-on and you playing this modern game, it's not the motherfucking steel curtain days, you know, before they changed the rules on Mel Blount. You can't fucking, like, you gotta learn how to cover without, like, it's good to be physical, but you just gotta know how to just utilize your foot speed and just being in good position and having good technique to be in position to make plays. You can't just rely on you putting their hands on them. Because, like, bro, the holding penalties, bro, I swear to God, the motherfucking SWAT team would have arrested your ass how many goddamn times you was holding, bro. You have way too many motherfucking PIs. Way too many. Way too many Magnum PI episodes. Way too many. Last time I checked, Tom Selleck is a retired actor. Chill out, bro. Like, and it's like at this point you're like, oh damn, why did Fangio didn't play? I mean, do better. Jordan Davis made some plays as well. Matt McWilliams, that was a fucking egregious asshole. Egregious asshole. Egregious, son. Shipley actually did a really, really good job returning punch. Really good. Elliott made his kick. Anybody else I want to talk about? Small critique for Vic Fangio. I feel like he wasn't aggressive. It's like he allowed too much space. But then again, when you got guys who can't fucking cover and they keep holding, there's only but so much you can do. The running got us a few times, but I wasn't worried. Terry McLaurin was putting BTA on us. So was Debo, like at least the first half. You know what I'm saying? Treylon Burks, he's kind of a bust. I ain't gonna lie to you. Who else I want to talk about? Anybody else I want to talk about? Say something about? Yeah, so we on to the 49ers, man. It just is what it is. Ain't nothing really much to talk about outside of that. You know what I'm saying? We made Josh Johnson look too good at times. All right, let's go over to the Ravens and the Steelers. Now, let's talk about Cam Newton for like a brief second. I don't want to make this goddamn thing about him because I'm done talking about Cam. Cam Newton's going to do whatever he can to get attention, even if he has to say shit that don't make sense. So, y'all know my take on being an MVP, right? A lot of y'all say the most valuable player. So that means if you take him off this team, how would this team look? Now, he had a good argument. He said that Myles Garrett should win MVP. Personally, I actually wouldn't mind that notion. If somebody voters would come up and say Myles Garrett the MVP of the league, I wouldn't be upset about that. I dead ass would but like the arguments he used was fucking terrible. Because then I would go and say, okay, let's go take away Jerry Rice's MVP in 1987 because his 49er teams were stacked. Okay? I forgot who won MVP. I think maybe somebody on the Steel Curtain won MVP at one point in time. Alan Page won an MVP. The Purple Eaters with goddamn Fran Tankerton and they had a really talented football team. Let's go take away the MVP away from Alan Page. Your team doesn't have nothing. Like, the MVP is in this given year. So, like for instance, it's 2026 now. Who is the best player out the whole 2025-2026 season? 80% of the awards should be considered for what you did in the regular season. 20% should be what you did in the playoffs. It shouldn't be a significant drop-off from what you did in the playoffs compared to regular season. It's going to be a little bit because, you know, competition is higher, there's more film, et cetera, et cetera. The stakes are higher. I get it. But in the same breath, like his argument for saying why Drake May shouldn't be the MVP candidate and why he's a game manager, no, I disagree. By the way, he was doing this shit and his offensive line is banged up. Will Campbell, the guy that's supposed to change that whole O-line, he hasn't played. Okay? Now, I'm not saying the Patriots don't have weapons. They damn sure do on both sides of the ball. Christian Gonzalez, motherfucking Milton Williams, goddamn Hunter Henry, Stephon Diggs, Mac Hollins, goddamn, who else? Harry Douglas is a good option out the slot. That Henderson guy, that rookie, very talented. Stevenson is an all right power back. All right. Got fumbling issues, but he's all right. Okay? So, Drake May has been outstanding this year. So we have to stop. This team doesn't matter, right? And then the Stafford team, we look at this team. It doesn't fucking matter. And here's the thing, right? Because if I were to go by your formula, whatever case may be, bro, motherfucking Brady would get the shit every year. Lane Johnson would get an MVP. Why can't Lane Johnson get an MVP? Because he's not a skill. He's not in the skill position. I can give Lane Johnson could deserve some of those MVPs, especially in 2022 when he played with that fucking groin and everything. You could have said Lane Johnson. So Cam Newton made it's a very stupid ass argument for, like, again, I'm for the argument of Myles Garrett should get MVP or should have consideration. Cool. And if Myles Garrett get MVP, I'm actually not even upset. But to sit up there and utilize this foolish ass argument to the value Matthew Stafford and the value Drake May, it's a nonsense argument. Let's start talking about the football. Okay, so two things fucked up. So number one, okay, I got to give respect to Zay Flowers. Been very critical. I called him a poor man's version of Devontae Smith. He played really, really good. Now, granted, the routes were not necessarily too crazy because you had one high safety. So let's say the safeties are playing on one side, and like you had one. They went in a stupid ass formation where they had one safety high on one side of the fucking field, and it was like, and mind you, they didn't fuck up on it once. They fucked up on it twice. So technically, Zay Flowers, it didn't really take much effort for him to be wide open and get those stats. Because they was running some dumbass plays on, like, very fucking stupid-ass plays on defense. Lamar, again, it's the same situation with him. And it's like everybody's saying, well, why is Lamar getting all this criticism? Because he has to learn how to make sure it's either 95% not his fault or 100%. Right? And again, Ryan Clark said this, and I absolutely agree with him. You can't, 100% of the pie is the whole, right? The kicker missed the kick. Guys missed opportunities, right? The offensive line played like shit, all right? Staley allowed a guy to go right by him. Tyler Linderbaum was a Pro Bowler. He allowed a guy to go right by him. I understand, okay? Harbaugh needs to be fired. I'm going to keep it all the way in stack. Let's take this even a step further in this motherfucker. If, what you call him? I'm trying to think. Yeah. I'm going to keep it real with you. This is the honest to God's truth. This might not happen, but this is what needs to happen in this offseason. You need to choose between Lamar Jackson or John Harbaugh. One of them two need to go. Because I don't agree with the Ravens. Because Lamar Jackson, when he comes to fucking play. He a competitor. I don't have to worry about Lamar Jackson's effort. Okay? He may not be perfect when you need him to be somewhat perfect, which is in the biggest moments when the lights are the brightest. But I can see his competitiveness. I see that he want this shit. I see it. His team got to be on the same accord. One way or the other, somebody fucks up. Okay? That has to stop. But here's the thing. Lamar can't get or absolved from all type of, you know what I'm saying? He can't be absolved from that. He can't be absolved from all type of fault because he did not play too well in the first half. He had some overthrows. He made some mistakes. Okay? By the way, but yeah, honestly, you either need to get rid of Lamar Jackson, let Lamar Jackson go to a team where they can actually build around him and actually give him fucking receiving weapons, or you need to let Harbaugh go because Harbaugh's coaching is outdated. He's staying in the same shit since like it's fucking 2009. He got Ray Lewis in them. It's not the same fucking year. This 2026. You got to evolve. So you need to, in Ravens offseason, you either choose between Harbaugh staying or Lamar, or go ship Lamar off, go get a bunch of first-round picks and rebuild because you're wasting fucking Lamar's prime playing with motherfuckers who are not ready for the moment. Derrick Henry, I owe you an apology. He played fucking great. But, again, coach malpractice. You had a great first half, had 100+ yards, and then in the second half, you don't even fucking involve him. Mind you, Pittsburgh, they're not scoring because Aaron Rodgers about to throw interceptions. And we're going to talk about Pittsburgh in a few minutes. But Derrick Henry was beasting. Why the fuck did you go away from him in the second half? Makes no sense. So, yeah, and this shit was egregious because Staley, I think Keaton Mitchell was supposed to double team. It might have been Highsmith or whatever. Or Herbert, one of them guys. And they allowed him to go right through. I think it was in the second half. Fucking egregious. Flowers played good. Respect to him. Likely made some plays. That's all I got to say for that. Praise out to Kyle Hamilton. I thought that was cool as hell what Aaron Rodgers did with Kyle Hamilton. You know what I'm saying? He ended up shaking. Kyle Hamilton ended up being had a bad injury, whatever. So praise out to him, and I thought it was cool. Malachi Starks made a play as well. Guys dropped interceptions multiple times. And here's the thing. Let's go over to Pittsburgh right now. I think Aaron Rodgers can play still. I think whether or not he's going to stay on this team or go somewhere else moving forward, I think he can still play. But here's the thing, okay? First and foremost, Pittsburgh's too quick to fucking abandon a run. They're way too, and they need to. Jalen Warren is not the greatest. He reminds me a little bit of James Conner. He's not like a number one. He's like a complimentary piece. But he can play, okay? So I thought it was good that they kept involving Gainwell, who earned it because, you know, you play like Gainwell, keep giving him the ball, period. I thought it was cool. But you're running plays like you have a bunch of DKs. Like you got a DK on one side and Drake London. You got A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith for Jamar Chase and motherfucking Devontae Smith for Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson. You cannot run deep plays with a bunch of fucking slot and inside wide receivers. You're throwing deep passes to the motherfucking, what's old boy name? You're throwing deep passes to fucking, Calvin Austin and Valdez Scantling. These are inside slot guys. These are not outside guys. Why the fuck is Aaron Rodgers and why the fuck is Arthur Smith running fucking plays with fucking deep shot? It makes no fucking sense. I'm confused. Like the play calling, Arthur Smith was dog shit. I don't know why they took all day to involve Freiermuth, who the tight ends could help move the offense. Involve the fucking tight ends. Freiermuth, like. And then he threw a deep shot to a fucking Jonnu Smith. Why are we doing deep throws to niggas that are not guaranteed to come up with the catch? DK's not on the field. Stop throwing fucking touchdowns. Stop taking deep shots with personnel that you don't have. You got a bunch of inside slot guys. You got to use them. And guess what they did? In the second half, they made an adjustment. They started utilizing the inside guys like exactly what they are. Inside fucking guys. You know what I'm saying? Cameron Hayward definitely made a lot of plays. Ramsey had an injury. Praise out for him. I don't know if he got back on the field or not. Highsmith made some plays. Shout out to my boy T.J. Watt, my favorite defensive player in the league. He came back off a collapsed lung. I think he ended up getting an interception as well. So I thought that was dope. Anybody else I want to have a conversation about? And then also the fourth down calls were fucking stupid. The fucking tush push, just a bunch of dumb. Arthur Smith was fucking dog shit. Really, if it wasn't for the Ravens going away from the run, Pittsburgh should have lost this game because Arthur Smith's play calling was fucking dog shit. I'm telling you this right now. They face the Texans. You think you'll get away with this with fucking C.J. Stroud and all the weapons back in, and we'll see if Tank Dell plays. You will get your ass handed to you. And one thing about the Texans. Them boys, Stingley and them boys, Will Campbell, Will Anderson, Daniil Hunter, all them guys, them niggas capitalize, Jalen Petrie, they capitalize on interceptions. Play around if you fucking want to. They got lucky, but honestly, I feel bad for Lamar. But Lamar, you got to learn how to understand the situation. You have to be perfect. I'm sorry, I know it's an unreasonable expectation, but you have to be perfect. It is what it is. Heavy is the crown that wears upon his head. Real quickly, and I have to really be out of here. Let's start talking about the playoff matches real quick. Hold on my phone. Real quickly, because we gotta leave. So we got the 49ers. They got the Bears and the Packers on Prime. So I watched that. They forced you to get a fucking Prime membership and bullshit. Rams and the Panthers, I'm disappointed in the motherfucking Buccaneers. I really am. They should never have that collapse. When you got Mike Evans and Chris Godwin get back on the field, you got to get better, not worse. But honestly, the Buccaneers, they got what they deserve because they low-key cheated on the Panthers and made some bad calls against the Panthers during that football game. So Buccaneers got what they deserve. Baker Mayfield, I think the left arm affected him, but I think at the same time, you got to make better decisions with the football. You just fitting it in any and everywhere. You can't do that. And I also think that Amiga Akuwa being the only viable option for an extended period of time, I think it came back and biting them ass. Packers and the Bears, very competitive game. It's important. Caleb Williams, now you got to make good decisions. You can't get away with fucking overthrowing receivers and missing easy ones. You got to make plays. Very important. You can't rely on the running attack. You got to do the simple shit. Be Clark Kent, not Superman all the time. Be Superman when it's time. Be Clark Kent and go take your ass to the goddamn Daily Herald to make sure you on time for work. Punch in, nigga. All right, Bills and the Jaguars going to be very competitive, but I think here's hot take. The same way motherfucking refs in the NFL cheated for the Chiefs because, Eric Taylor Swift brings a lot of eyeballs, a lot of profit, you know what I'm saying? That's why I think that Roger Goodell was trying so hard to get that goddamn tush push ban because then they got mad as fuck because he had a lot of money that he probably lost in trying to invest in the Chiefs and the refs making fucked up calls. Go goddamn make sure the Chiefs got in the Super Bowl. They're gonna do the same shit with the Bills. Think about it like this: they cheated against the Eagles, trying to have a repeat of what the fuck happened against the New England Patriots. What the fuck do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna do everything they can. Mark my fucking words. They're gonna do everything they goddamn can to make sure that Josh Allen gets to a fucking Super Bowl without Mahomes and Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow on them. Mark my motherfucking words. I promise you. I swear to God on my soul. 49ers Eagles, let's just whoop their ass, man. More some more. The 49ers talking all that shit back in 23. They came up short. Let's whoop they fucking ass. Fuck the 49ers, nigga. Fuck that sorry ass ball club. Chargers and the Patriots. This is gonna be a good game, but I hope the Patriots wipe the floor. I don't want to see Chargers advance. I'm sorry. Their O-line banged up. They don't have enough weapons to make it interesting or competitive. Patriots, get these motherfuckers up out of here, please and thank you. Steelers and the Texans. That's gonna be very good. You know what I'm saying? Can't wait. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah. That's all I gotta say because I gotta get out of here. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Maybe. Don't quote me on that, but I'm gonna try to see y'all tomorrow. All right? If anything happens, I will let you know. But I'm out of here. Peace.